Alright guys, so we're gonna overclock a i5 2500K. As you can see, we're running Prime 95 and our temps are nice and low, so we got plenty of room. And we'll see what kind of core voltages we need to get it up there. Looks like our bid is 1.32-ish, and we'll see what we can do. I'm using throttle stop for this, so see how it handles it. And then we're going to 3.7 right off the bat, see if it works. And it looks like it's not applying.
Did you get it? What happened?
Looks like we'll have to do it through the BIOS, guys, because it's not working. Alright, so let's go to the BIOS. Alright, so I'm about to do some overclocking. I don't think I need to give it any more voltage, so I'm just gonna set it to 1.25 volts. Leave that manual because we don't want that jumping around too much. And then I tried to enable this to adjust the ratio in the OS, but it doesn't seem to be working, so I'm just gonna adjust it the hard way. So it says it's adjusted to 3.7 gigahertz, so I'm gonna try 3.8 or 3.9 maybe. Let's just get really aggressive with it, because since I'm doing a video, I want to get this over with quickly. So, and then we'll just try it like that for now. See if it can even get into Windows. Well, it posted, that's a good sign. And thought it froze there for a second. Alright, so we're in. No crashes yet. Downloads. Let's get some Prime 95. I might cut this off for a second, guys, because I need to download hardware info. Throttle stop's a little annoying in the sense that when you open it up, it starts changing settings. So, might make a quick cut here. Alright, guys, so it looks like we're at 3.9 gigahertz. And, let's see if we can stay there. Looks like we are. Let me check the temps real quick. And oh, there we go. Looks like we're still in the 50s. Nice and pleasant. Nothing too crazy. And V-core, that's nice and low, 1.22. We have a long ways to go. Might not jump the gun a little too soon, but it looks like maybe I could even get 4.5 gigahertz, maybe almost 5 gigahertz out of this thing. So, well, it didn't crash right away in Prime 95, and that's all I need. So, give it a quick stop and then reset and try it again. Alright, so it looks like we got 3.9 gigahertz down. Let's just give it a big jump, go to 4.1, see if that works. If not, we'll have to start pumping in some voltage. Yep, we posted. Looks like we're still getting into Windows, so that's good. Let's get hardware info open. 64. Usual stuff. I should really just set this to auto open whatever I boot, but too lazy. Alright, so we're definitely running 4.1. Yep, there we go, 4.1. Temps are still fine. Got lots and lots of headroom. We're using a Hyper 212 cooler, so not bad for air power. 1.224 volts. It's pretty impressive already. What was that, 400 megahertz jump with no voltage boost? Or maybe tiny amount.
combat.
Alright, I guess we're going into the BIOS again, huh? Give this a stop.
Out of combat, man.
Alright, so we're gonna preemptively wrap up the fans to 100%. Doesn't really need it right now, but good to do things ahead of time. And then let's not forget to change the core ratio. So it did 4.1 gigahertz, now we're doing 4.3. Again, this is at 1.25 volts. So it's not bad, huh? And then see if we post, see if we get in the windows at least. Eventually I'm gonna have to start doing other stress tests besides Prime 95, do some Cinebench, do some games. Because remember that Prime 95, though it's a very CPU intense program, it is still an artificial test, and it's only one way of testing your CPU. Like the best way to test your CPU, if it's stable or not, is just to use it. Run all your programs, run all your benches, do everything. So, just a tip, folks. So, hardware info 64. Also keep in mind that hardware info 64 things are like, or any OS sensor is not 100% accurate, but they are pretty close usually. So let's see, 4.3. Make sure the V core didn't go up on me. Then we'll just wiggle the mouse a little bit, since moving the mouse around actually causes the event timer to really mess with the Prime 95, and it causes wild transients in response. So it's actually a pretty good test for stability. Well, no instant crash, so that's good. Let me get down. Let's do a Cinebench R15 run. I'm gonna have to go back at some point and do a stock run. Oh yeah, didn't realize that this was it. So now we're headed to 4.5 gigahertz, and that's just incredible that I haven't really needed to touch the voltage yet. Wow. Come on, baby. Yeah. Let's see. Don't crash Windows. And we're in, shockingly enough. Holy crap. We're doing 4.5 gigahertz at 1.25 volts. Wow, that is low. I'm gonna have to start doing variable loads now, not just prime, because that is impressive. 4.5 gigahertz. And let's just check the V core again, make sure it's not doing anything silly behind my back. Boot up Prime 95, small FSFTs. Oh, need to get hardware info again. Oh, looks like we locked up, so it does need no more voltage this time. Just when I was getting excited. And the blue screen. So my reset button's actually busted on this thing, so I have to just straight shut the power down and reboot. Well, that was a good run. 4.5 gigahertz, but we need a little more voltage this time. Oops, passed it. So since we still have plenty of headroom, I might just jump it up to 1.3 and then just keep going from there. Again, I would never recommend that you guys do such large voltage jumps. You always one little step at a time. Then that never jump up like 500 millivolts like I'm doing. I'm just doing this for the sake of the video and not to waste all your guys' time. But just remember that's don't do that. 1.3 is still fine for this. Anyway, this is old. These can handle up to like 1.4 volts, 1.45 full time. So I mean, it's a non-issue here. And we're in again. Small FFTs. See if we don't insta crash. Well, we haven't yet. Got hardware info open. .5 gigahertz and 1.272. So we got a little bit of drip going on here. Not too much though. Looks fairly healthy. It's like when I was overclocking a 3600X and then I went into Windows, started running Prime 95, and then I was actually getting V-boost, so then I had to manually set the LLC lower because I am not a big fan of V-boost. You should always have it droop a little bit because yeah, it's very easy to end up going too far with your CPU and then killing it when you use extreme LLC. So that's for liquid nitrogen only. Well, it looks like we're not crashing anymore, so just gonna do a couple other tests here, and then I'm gonna keep going. Alright, so we got 538 points on Cinebench, again at 4.5 gigahertz. So this is R15 Cinebench, not R20. The R20 would take forever, so time to reset. See how much more we can get out of this. I think we can do 5 gigahertz, folks. I think we might actually be able to do on this one, but one step at a time. Of course, I gave it a pretty significant amount of voltage now. So let's do 4.7. Let me just make sure that, yep, 1.3. And then I'm going to start overclocking the RAM afterwards once I get this dialed in. But that's for another video. And we're in. And oh, there we go. I was wondering what that was all about.
And you're not plugged in.
Looks like we had an idle crash, folks. So I guess we need some more voltage, huh? Looks like 4.7 gigahertz won't be as easy as I thought. But we still got plenty of headroom. We got at least another 100 millivolts or so to play around with. So 1.35. Again, I don't recommend you guys take such large voltage jumps. I'm just doing it for the sake of the video. But 1.35 for this generation should still be plenty. So, and then I'm pretty sure that the 4.7 will be pretty stable here. I don't see why I wouldn't. So let's boot it. Man, SSDs make everything faster. Long gone are the days where you had to wait like 15 minutes just to get into Windows. Hardware info. Yes. Alright, so 4.7 gigahertz. We just checked the V-Core. 1.336. Alright, nice. Let's get some Prime 95 rolling. And then do a run on Cinebench. There we go. 4.7. Check the V-Core again, making sure that there's no LLC being applied. Alright, so we're finishing our R15 run. And then CPU temps were nice and low. Nothing too crazy. 591 points. 4.7 gigahertz. Now let's see if we can go straight for it this time. Can it do it? The 5 gigahertz. The 5.0. Now it's probably gonna need more voltage for this one, but 5 gigahertz. Let's see if we can boot it. 1.35 volts. Boom. Oh, nope, couldn't do it. So we need more voltage. Let's see how high we can get before I have to bring it down from 5. I don't think that I'll have to, but we'll see. So let's start doing the smaller increments now, since we're getting towards 1.4. 1.375. We might have to apply some load line calibration, but for now we'll just leave it as it is. Well, it looks like we got a little further this time, but we crashed right before logging in. So it looks like we might actually need 1.4. Oh, there we go. So 1.4. And then I probably won't go too much higher than this at this point. Oh. Yeah, 1.4. There we go. Hit the wrong button there. Then if we can get the Windows on, I'm gonna run a quick test. Oh man, I hate this Windows crap. Windows recovery on everything. It's the bane of my existence. Well, I think we just crashed, so I might have to go down to 4.9 then. This is where the true battle starts, folks. When the clocks get high. .9, keeping it at 1.4. Yep. and we're in at least. So let's get hardware info open. And the 4.9 gigahertz. V-core is 1.4-ish, more or less. And then see if we... Oh, looks like we need more voltage. So we might have to apply some load line calibration now, since we're running out of headroom. Let me check if this motherboard can support it. And we're in. Alright, so we're going to try 5 gigahertz again. See if we can give it a little more voltage. 1.425. See if that works. And then, yeah.
Oh crap, I just realized something.
What?
I have to put in my hours before midnight.
Alright. Well, it looks like we got into Windows at 5 gigahertz. See if I can survive long enough to get in the hardware info at least. Just to show it off. 5.0 folks. 5,000.3. Of course, just because it's here idling doesn't necessarily mean anything, but 1.416 V-core, so looks like it's getting up there. Let's try some prime real quick. We might crash here. Hold on, let me just get this over. Yeah, we definitely crashed here, so definitely needs either higher LLC or more voltage. Alright guys, so we're at 1.45 volts, and we'll see right here if we can do 5 gigahertz, and if not, then I'm just gonna give up on it because I already, LLC apparently was already almost maxed out. So as you can see, we're running at 5. I mean, definitely runs at idle at 5. That's not a problem, but when I put it under prime loads, it tends to crash. So like instantly crash. So our V-core 1.43 apparently is what it says, but I set it to 1.45. So, and then if we crash here, then we're done. And well, it looks like we lasted a little bit before we crashed, but that's it. I don't want to pump too much voltage into it. So let's knock it down to 4.9. See if we can do that at least. Then I'll dial down the voltage until it crashes. Our LLC is at 87% because MSI uses a different terminology for this board. Darn, I missed the... Alright, now we'll see if we can get 4.9 stable at the same voltage, which we should be able to do. I mean, I don't see why it would be an issue, but 1.4 again is huge voltage. And nope, looks like not even 4.9 can handle it, so I guess we hit the end of the road then. Yep, So either
Isn't that 4.5?
either 4.8 or 4.7 will be the limit.
So,
1.40. We'll try that. 4.8 gigahertz. And if not, we'll drop to 4.7. Big drop in voltage, but I suspect it shouldn't need much more than this, so let's find out. B core 1.384, and we crashed. So 4.7 then. Generally don't want to run 1.4 too much, but it looks like it could stabilize 4.8 if I wanted. Yeah, we'll leave it. Yes, finally caught it. Four point seven, 1.384, 1.376. Might have to lower the LLC. Looks like there's no crash yet, so. Well, looks like we didn't get our 5 gigahertz attempt. That was a shame. We got so close. But it looks like the most we can manage is maybe 4.8, 4.9 tops. 4.8 for, or 4.7 for safety, really, but 4.8. Anyway, thanks for watching. And now we're just doing a comparison between stock clocks and our final overclock of 4.7 gigahertz. See how much of a performance difference that is. You can see we're at 3.7 gigahertz right now with a very comfortable 1.14 volts. So yeah. This is just reason right now. Temps are in the 40s. Wish my CPU ran in the 40s. Gotta love how long these older CPUs take to run Cinebench. This isn't even R20. This is R15. 466. And now let's compare that to or final overclock. Then I'm too lazy to turn off my computer normally, so, or not my computer, but you know what I mean. Low voltage 1.39. Yep. How much of a boost is that in terms of clock? So that's a what, 27% overclock? Not too shabby in terms, yeah, in terms of actual clock speed anyway.
$3080 is only 700 yen?
Yep, 3080 is only $700. All right, R15. So our stock score was 466, and now we got a 591 score, which is about 26, almost 27% improvement. So that's a pretty big jump, I would say. Although I'm sure the total wattage of the CPU probably increased drastically, but let's be honest, nobody really gives a crap about power consumption. But yeah, not bad.